class?
Good morning, sir.
So welcome to our today's section today. So our topic for discussion today would be cultural diversity. So cultural diversity refers just to people from different ethnic backgrounds with their culture. So people vary in terms of culture. So people don't have the same culture. So when we say cultural diversity, refers to different cultures of people from different backgrounds. So we are using this, our topic for today, in our learning environment. How we are going to use our topic as cultural diversity in our learning environment. How we are going to use this topic in bringing together people from these different backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, to bring them into one class. We associate with them so that it creates a good learning environment. So there are some ways that we will use to bring these people together. Despite their difference in cultures, we also bring them together in learning environment, in classes, so that we interact with them in good manner that will yield the best results. So here are some of the ways that we will use to encourage, to welcome, and to celebrate the diversity of different people in the learning environment. So there are ways, then there are activities also. There are some activities we would use, then there are also ways. So let's start with ways that we would use to create a good environment through this one, cultural diversity. So one of the way will be establishing clear rules and regulations within the learning environment or the classes. So in the classes, like as now you in the class, so as the role of learning facilitator, he or she has task of establishing or introducing rules and regulations that will guide you. Despite your difference, so there should be rules and regulations that will guide you in relation when you're interacting with each other. So interactions will be guided by rules and regulations. So rules and regulation will help us to interact well in class. So it will make you to respect the diversity of the other learner as that learner also respects your diversity. So through rules and regulation, we would be able to respect each other in class despite our difference. So rules and regulation is one of the way. Then encouraging open forums. So these open forums we are talking about refers just to interaction forums. Sometimes we would have like sports, we would also be having like debate sessions. So sometimes mentorship. So those are all open forums. So those forums, we create those forums also to allow learners to interact. You see, through open forums, everybody is capable of giving out the views, the opinions. So through giving out opinions and interaction, we are also promoting unity among the learners. So that's why it's encouraged. We open some forums where students interact with each other despite their difference. So those are some of the ways that we will be using throughout this promotion when we are promoting cultural diversity within our class. So we will be using these ways. Then also, despite the ways, there are other activities. There are some activities that you use that would also bring learners together to interact. So one of the activity or event that you will organize to bring your learners together to exchange their cultures, to interact, would be organizing cultural day events. So most times you see in schools, there should be, you organize cultural day events. So these cultural day events will target the spread or the sharing of different cultures. So these cultural day events will encourage learners. So all learners from different ethnic backgrounds would form their cultural dances. It will also even cover the part of food, the meals that they eat in their culture, all those things. So through that meals, so you will form an organization where all the learners from different ethnic backgrounds, they come up with their culture. So coming up with their culture, it will enable now the interaction. So you are going to now see what these people from this other culture do, then also you bring yours, then you interact now. So through that means you will now find yourselves interacting. You are knowing culture, different cultural practices for your your friend or your learner within the class. So all of you now you will be creating a good interactive environment where now you will be exchanging cultures. So through exchanging of cultures, you now create a good collaborating environment where all the learners feel good with each other's culture. So that's one of the activities that we use to promote the cultural diversity. Then the other one is creating collaboration groups or just collaborative groups. So Rona, most times in school you need to create some groups, like you organize certain groups that deals with certain things. So when organizing that groups, you need to include all the learners inside that group, despite their gender difference, their cultural diversity. You need to create a group that collaborates or that creates interaction of learners from all the different backgrounds. So collaborative groups, these collaboration groups will aid in also spreading the cultural diversity. Then other means is designing a good curriculum. Curriculum is just what you learn. What you learn. Most times the syllabus you learn is just a form of curriculum. So designing a curriculum. So designing of this curriculum, you design a curriculum that favors people from all the ethnic backgrounds. So it will not be okay you design a curriculum that favors people from certain ethnic background, then abuses the culture of other people. So that one is not okay. So you are going to create or you are going to design a good curriculum that will favor. So this curriculum most times it will favor people, it will favor all the learners from all the backgrounds. So favoring learners, it includes, it does not abuses the culture of others, it does not undermine the culture of other students. So through that means you will now be creating a good environment. Even the learners that would be in your class would now be okay, to interact with the rest, since their culture is also respected. So designing a good curriculum is one of the good way of creating or respecting the cultural diversity of the others. So these are some of the activities that you will do to promote cultural diversity. Then promotion of cultural diversity, most times it targets certain, it does not have age limit, does not, so targeted group most times in this topic of cultural diversity. So most times when we talk of schools, associations, we talk of youth. Youth most times are the people, the targeted group in this our topic of today. So youth are most times the people that are found in the schools. The age, most times they are not in schools because of the age limit, but the youth are now the targeted groups when we are talking about the promotion of cultural diversity in the learning environment. So these are some of the ways we have talked about, the ways of promoting cultural diversity, some of the ways we'll be using the activities. So when we adhere to all these ways, activities, and all these ones, we would have ensured a good learning environment in our education sector. So through all these things, we would now be appreciating the diverse culture of all the learners. So through appreciating the diverse culture of all the learners, we would have created a good environment where every learner is now comfortable in the learning environment. So these are some of the ways and activities that are okay. When we apply them in our learning environment, it will encourage, it will also welcome, it will celebrate the difference of all the learners. So for today, we are going to end here. This would be our last ending. So we are going to end here for today. So our topic for today, cultural diversity, ends here. Thank you.